Let's get these out. You're welcome to join the podcast tonight. All right, I got them all out. All right. We just waiting for the people to come up. You see the topic? Y'all give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I had to grab my drink. Okay. We just waiting for the people to come on up. We're not going to be on very much long tonight. I just wanted to touch on a topic that has been pondering me for a while now. So, in just a few, we're going to get started. Let me fix my shirt. My shirt all. Mind you, I'm just getting off the highway. Hope y'all got y'all free wing stop today. Because I definitely got mine. So, with that being said, I hope everyone is having a blessed and wonderful day. I know I am having a blissful, wonderful day. I've had a pretty good day for the most part today. I'm going to say I had a pretty good day for the most part. A little tired, but I'm here. Originally, I was not going to even come on the podcast tonight. I was not going to do it. I just wasn't going to come on tonight. I was not going to do it, but I'm here. So, with that being said, we're going to talk about what is an atheist. You may want to grab, well, everybody got a phone, but you may want to grab your Bible or your phone Bible because it is going to get interesting really, really fast. Now, when you ask yourself the question, what is an atheist? Right? What is that? Well, when I looked it up, and it said, someone who does not believe in heaven or hell. Heaven or hell. AKA, they don't believe in God or they don't believe in the devil. They believe in science. So, if we believe in science and science is true, then we were monkeys that grew into be humans. Is there any truth to this? Some people say we were. Some people say we were. Come and join the podcast. Put your input. You know, I'm going to say it's a little strange that some people don't believe in God. And we live in a day and time, I think it's very important. You should believe in something because there's too many incidents to prove that God does exist. I'm going to be the one to say, I believe God exists. He has personally showed me that he exists. And there's things in my life that I can sit and say, I know it was nobody but God. It was nobody but God. So before some people can say that they are atheists and they believe in science, which there is such thing as science fiction. Yeah, science fiction, meaning that science fiction is not real. It's proven to be fake. But there is something called real science. Now it's out according to what you believe or what you believe to be true. What do you believe in? What is your personal belief? Because me personally, I must say, you know, I must say I know what I believe in and I know what I enjoy. Um, God is real in my book. I mean, do I care what other people think? Sure. Do I care about other people's opinion about what they want to say? Sure. But me personally, I don't. I really don't care. Because you have to believe in something. I believe in what God has shown me. I believe in that God has shown me that he exists. When you pray for something, you don't necessarily get it right then and there, but God has shown you when he does give it to you. That is a fact. Now, some people ask for things that they know full well God is not going to give them. Some things God know if he give it to you, you're going to act the fool with it. Some things you ask for, you know full well you don't really deserve. That's not science. That's just you know what you need to believe. My point of all saying all this is simply saying believe in something. Some people believe in Buddhists. Some people believe in there's an antichrist. Some people believe in whatever they want to call their God, or they don't believe in God at all. At all. But I'm going to simply say, as for me and my household, we definitely believe in God in my family. Welcome to the show.
What's going on, DJ?
All right, it's up here discussion. God has shown me that God exists. I mean, I'm just saying some people believe in science, and some people believe in God don't exist. Some people believe in there's an answer for certain things that happen in the world. When I looked it up, some people believe in science. That's what it's saying. Some people follow to science that God don't exist. They're saying that a man wrote the Bible. Of course, man wrote the Bible. God told different people that's in the Bible certain things that he wanted us to know. But the other half of the world is saying that they believe in science. Yeah, man wrote the Bible, but they simply saying somebody wrote the Bible as in they believe it was just pages that was being wrote to make us believe that this so-called God exists. What is your personal
Yeah,
take?
I know that Moses wrote the Torah, which is the first five books of the Bible. But I mean, people were taking record of things that happened, and I mean, the way you figure that out, people just have to read it for themselves, you know, and see what kind of connection they have, with God. They have to read it from beginning to end. Anybody can look at the book and based on what they heard, make assumptions and come up with their own opinions about the Bible. But they won't ever know unless they read it for themselves. They really can't say anything. For people who speak against it, you have to read it and gain some understanding of what the Bible is actually talking about. From the Old Testament and then to the New. Gather some insight. A lot of questions will be answered, but people they just want to make remarks a lot of times. Everyone likes a lot of people, I should say, like to state opinions about things they haven't really looked into.
What is your personal belief? Do you believe God has showed you personally that He does exist? Because I can,
Oh,
like I said, I can go on a
absolutely.
couple of things that.
Yeah,
Go
that's
ahead.
no question. Yeah, that's no question. God definitely exists. So yeah, that's not a question. That's not a question at
Welcome
all.
to the show.
What's going on?
Welcome to the show. Who is this?
This is Liz.
Who?
Liz,
Okay, welcome to the show.
Sydney. This is Liz, boy.
You don't have to say my name, but I appreciate it.
Wow. My bad.
It's good. It's good. But what do you think about what I'm saying? You got these people who say atheists that people don't believe in God, or people don't believe God exists, and people don't believe the devil exists.
Mm, I'm not a religious person. I'm more a spiritual person. I think that all of us have good and evil in us. You know, I'm not saying there's no God, but I just don't think his name or her name, because I honestly believe that God is a female. So, you know,
And why do you feel as though it's that? I mean, what's your belief that believes that?
because everything in the world, in the universe, gives life is female. God gave life, right? Mm,
He
just
did give
saying.
Adam and Eve, correct?
hmm So why is it hard to believe that God may be a female?
Well, I can answer that more than one way, depending on what answer are you looking for. I mean, it's
hmm
been it's been not well. Some people follow science in the Bible. When I looked
hmm
it up, people follow the science in the Bible. But everybody have what they believe, and that's fine. But you have to follow what if you're following science, then you have to follow what the Bible says. The Bible says,
No, because the
"Go ahead."
Bible and science is not, they don't coincide. Because honestly, think about it. A talking snake, come on now. You seen some talking snakes? I'm just saying. So how is it science? At the end of the day, that Bible has been touched by so many hands, refurbished, redone, translated, and from if you study the Bible, if you study everything surrounding the Bible, you find out that most of the stories that's in the Bible came from other religions. As a Black person, we are to believe that that Bible was created to keep us in line, to give us, you know, hope that the white Jesus was gonna come down and save us from slavery, to not rebel, turn the other cheek, do the right thing, listen to your slave owner. You understand what I'm saying?
I get it.
So why would you take something from somebody that beat, raped, and killed you and say, "Oh, but we gonna give you God though"?
Well, again, it depends on. Okay, so you following logic, as in you feel as though. Tell me if I'm wrong. You feel as though the Bible is not written per se by people that follow God.
Exactly.
That's what you're saying.
Exactly. I
Okay.
I feel like there is a higher power, right? I'm not saying that there isn't one. What I'm saying is it's not the one that's in that Bible. That's what I'm saying.
We can agree on that, because I believe the Bible was written. I'm gonna say there was a different type of Bible that was written before the white people. Before I'm gonna say there was a Bible that was written that was actually written by, like he was saying, Moses, Matthew. I believe all these people that's written in the Bible had some kind of contact with this. We're gonna say this alleged God.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You know um how you could tell a good lie is by telling you the truth with a lie. You understand what I'm saying? So, for instance, I could tell you all of these things and I could put sprinkle of lies in it. And because most of it is true, in the sense of, think about it like this. Okay, in the Bible it says that Jesus was a color of copper, his hair was
Made of
wool.
correct.
What white man look like that?
That's a
That
black man.
okay, so I'm gonna give you the truth, but not really. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you something, but I'm gonna tell you something different. You feel me?
I feel you on that.
So, when we talked about science, right? When you speak of science, it put me in the mind of a book I read called "When God Was a Woman." Now, this book is scientifically proven that they're finding artifacts that's older than Christ that signify that people before Christianity was praising a female deity. Okay. And when the Europeans and when they came from, and we followed under a matriarchic system, because how do I know you from this tribe other than your mama? You understand what I'm saying? Mother's babies, father's maybes. You understand?
I'm
So they
following.
followed under a matriarchy system. When they were conquered and colonized, they forced them under a patriarchy system and destroyed everything that had to do with the female deity to replace it with the male deity. Okay, so again, prove to me God may not be a woman.
Well, again, your interpretation of what you're reading says allegedly that's what he is. I mean, well, you saying what she is. That's alleged. That's
But we
alleged.
talking science. Is something that was physically proven by way of finding artifacts that is older than Christ. You follow me?
Then I would have to go and read what you're talking about to get some understanding. Because I'm not gonna say you're lying. Because I mean, like I said, I'm no better than you, but I'm gonna simply say that you know, like okay, for instance, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna point out not science. I'm gonna point out what God has actually did. Can you think of some situation that you have been in personally in your life when you have got on your knees and you know it was nobody but God who got you up out there?
You right. Here's my thing too. Uh, Again, I'm not saying there's no God, but what if you read your Bible clearly, right? If you read it with the understanding, like I said, it'll tell you the truth and a lie at the same time. The Bible say one part it says God is very a jealous God. He don't want you to praise anything other than him, right? And then in the beginning in Genesis, when you read a part, I can't remember what verse it is, but it say God's with an S. So there's more than one. And it also tells you that God is within you. So you are God. You understand what I'm saying?
So let me throw this at you. You saying that okay? So what is it? What about when the Bible when it says a woman was made from a man real? So what's your scientific proving that women are not made from man? I mean, from a man's real.
Science, DNA. How can something smaller come from something bigger? Well, how can something bigger come from something smaller? Your DNA strand is smaller than mine. When you look at your chromosomes, it's XX for female, XY for men. What's the difference? The leg fell off. So if something is first, it'll have more. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Something is less, it will have less. You have less. You have that leg that fell off. You are female before you are male. So how did he come first when I come first in the womb?
Because God made it so. Now I know you.
See, that don't make sense. You asked me for scientific proof, and I'm telling you, you have nipples for what?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
Exactly.
You get them
Exactly.
in any time now.
Exactly. Exactly. Every other race, every other species on this earth, females are dominant, except men, except human race. Make that make sense?
So you're saying in your logical sense, you're saying that God is a woman, even though they was married, his wife, and he had kids. You still saying you're gonna follow the science?
But that's what the book tell you, right? But the book don't. If you don't, if okay, who's to say Mary wasn't a hoe and just got pregnant, and then just say, "Oh, I'm a virgin." Bitches do it all the time.
See, then you're answering the question. Then you're going
So
into
you think
you're going
the
into the if.
21st century women came up with lies about being pregnant?
You're going into the if at this point because that's not what's in the Bible. I understand what you're saying, but that's not what's printed in that in particular Bible.
Exactly. So why would I print the truth to you, the full truth to you? Why would I do that? I need you to believe that God is going to come down on a cloud and save you from the misery I'm giving you. And why you can have heaven here, and you got to wait for to die to get your heaven.
When you pray, what does it say? On earth as it is in heaven. On earth as it is in heaven.
You still missing my point.
No, I'm driving your point. I'm simply saying, what does it say when you pray? Well, I would like whenever you pray to him, what do you pray when you pray to him? Or
But
her,
hold
or
on.
her.
Let's pause right here because now I'm gonna say this, but then I have a question. Uh, like I said, I'm spiritual, so I give honor to my ancestors, to people that came before me as my guides, right?
Right.
As far as my guardian angels, the people, that because you may say in your mind that it was God that did that for you because you prayed, but how you know it wasn't your guardian angel? You understand what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, I am going back and forth with you about my point is if how can you trust something that was given to you by your oppressor? He won't let you learn how to read, but the only time you can read is your Bible. Why would you trust anything? That's like, have you ever seen for colored women? Not for colored women. What's that movie? I can't remember what that movie was. It's slipping my mind, but she shit it in his pie.
The Color Purple?
It was another movie. But she cooked for him, but she put shit in his pie. You see what I'm saying? You can't trust somebody that you hurt. That's just like you cheating on a woman all the time. Thin line between love and hate. You understand what I'm saying? The point I'm making is, how can you trust something that was given to you by someone that pretty much despised you?
Well, let me counter that question to you. What makes you think that in particular Bible was not from?
Because if it was, they would have been following it. They did everything opposite in that book, but
I'm
they
willing
gave it to us to
I'm
do the
willing to go
right
so
thing.
far. I'm willing to go so far with you to say this. The white people Bible is not the Bible that God meant for us to know.
So
I
that's
believe
the Bible you're going by,
there's
though.
a version of a Bible that's out there. There's
But
another version.
that's the Bible you going by, though.
Mm, well, they got Old Testament, New Testament, but I will say, I think the white people have the real Bible that we supposed to know, and what they did, they rewrote what they
Ex-
wanted us to know.
Exactly. They put the lie in the truth. This is what I'm telling you. You at my point, but you falling on my point, but you missing it at the same time. If there's supposedly it's a rumor saying that there's 13 books missing out the Bible, why would you hide something? Maybe because it's telling you the actual truth, and you can't hide it through lies in that part of those books. Because then more people gonna have more questions.
Correct.
And the one question I asked my pastor all the time when I was a kid was, God made us, who made God?
And what answer did you get when you asked them that?
Oh, that's something you need to pray to him about. Come on, bro. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm confused. And we gonna go deeper if we want to. Okay. They never followed the rules in that Bible, but they wanted us to, right?
Well, yeah. Now I will say. So you said the Ten Commandments was written by a white man, is what you saying? The Ten Commandments.
Hmm.
I believe the Ten Commandments was written in the original Bible, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if they didn't want that rule to be broken, the Ten Commandments, why would the white man put it in the Bible that something that he even breaks? It don't make any sense. Make that
That
make sense.
they do it all the time.
So again, why would they put something in their Bible that they break, knowing that they breaking the very rule that they say that they're
Because
not going to break?
because if I can make you believe that I'm gonna go to hell for breaking the rules, and you gonna go to heaven, you gonna like you gonna be happy that I'm breaking the rules. You ain't gonna care. You gonna be like, oh yeah, they not living right, so they gonna go to hell. They ain't gonna be in heaven with me.
So do you
You
do
know what
you
I'm saying?
do you believe there's a heaven or hell, or you don't believe in neither?
I believe earth is hell. I believe living is hell. I don't believe there's a physical hell. I believe living is hell.
So you don't believe
And
there's a pits of fire down there in the pits of
no,
hell?
no, I believe that living is hell. Because look all the hell you go through life. Even if you white, even if you any color, you go through hell through life. And my belief is you get recycled until you do it right. And then you ascend. And ascending could look to people like heaven. It could look to people like just being going back into the earth and being a part of the universe. It could be anything, but you ascend. You don't have to recycle doing this over and over again. I think this is hell.
So what makes okay, if that's the case, what makes you do right by your kids? What makes you want to just do right period? Because that's the case. If that's the case, what's your reason for just doing right period when you know you can't go to hell, you can't go to heaven? So what keeps you doing the right thing?
Your conscience and the fact that your empathy. And see, that's the thing that white people lack is empathy. If you ever notice, as black folks, when another black person do something, we like, damn, bro. Like we all, when they do something or when they get hurt, we all as a community feel some type of way. When white people do something, that's them. That ain't me. They quick to that's
Well,
them. That ain't me.
well,
They don't
one
have empathy for others and other people. The reason why life insurance policies today make you wait 3 years before they pay out on a life insurance policy is because white folks was getting these life insurance policies and killing each other just for the money. You understand what I'm saying? They don't have empathy. That's what stops you from doing the things that you would do. It's your conscience and your empathy. And with science, it'll tell you some people don't form that part in their brain, which a lot of people that don't have that part or have that part of their brain that signals emotions and um fairness or whatever six or empathy, they are psychopaths. They usually turn into serial killers. And how many people are serial killers?
that's true. But
No,
see, we gotta look. But see, we got when we say that, we gotta look to our own. You know, when you say empathy, but us as black people, we don't have sympathy free because we still killing up each other. White folks laugh at
no,
us
no, no. Hold
because
on,
we still kill each other.
hold on. Let me tell you something. We not gonna do that one because I'm gonna tell you like this. Everybody, okay, proven fact. Black folks kill each other because they have a problem with somebody. Whenever they end up killing somebody, it's because they was beefing in some form or fashion. White folks will go shoot up a whole crowd just because they had a bad fucking day. That is the difference.
That's true. That's now that's when that lack of empathy come in. I get that, but it doesn't make it any better than our
No,
own.
it doesn't.
It
I'm not
doesn't make it better
saying
than
what we
our
do.
own.
I'm not saying what we do makes it any better, right? But also you need to watch this documentary, not a documentary, well, you could say it's a documentary. It's not really a documentary, it's just a discussion. Her name is Dr. Joy DeGruy, and she speaks about PTSD. But she calls PTSD post traumatic slave disorder.
Mm.
When you look at it, it will show you why everything is the way it is right now. It's so crazy. But at the same time, The settlers that came here, let's be clear, the colonizers that took the United States got off that boat with Columbus, where he thought he was were in Spain. he thought he
I
he thought he
remember.
was he thought he was in India. That's what he thought he was. So that's why he called the Native Americans Indians. He thought he was in India. He landed here with a group of people that was on that boat because the queen exiled them. They were rapists, killers, murderers, thieves. They were all the incels that she had locked away. She put them on a boat with Columbus and sent him over here. That's the DNA that's flowing in all white folks. And it's also the DNA flowing in us because what did they do during slavery? They mix with us. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
But that's
how would
not
you know?
science. That's not science. That's actually
That's
that's
proof.
real.
That's proof. So how do you actually know that you will be the person you will be right now if your DNA did not mix with that psychopath ass DNA? You understand what I'm saying? In some form or fashion. Because if you look back in your timeline, I'm pretty sure when you get to your great great grandmother or grandfather, they were mixed.
I'm sure if I was to check back one of my relatives, I'm sure it probably dates back to something like that. I'm sure it does.
So me being doing my research on my family, on my dad's side, it was a French white man that owned my ancestors. My great 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 grandmother and grandfather were both mulattoes.
So, do you believe there's a wrong and right?
Yes,
So, you believe there's a good conscience, bad conscience?
yes, we all have good and evil in us. All of us, everybody. It's just on you if you choose to be good or be evil.
So it goes back to what I was talking about earlier when we go to killing up our own people. Like you say, most of the time it's over one of three things. Let's keep it real. We're gonna go
It's
down to
over
the ground.
money. It's over money, relationships, or kids. That's it. You can play with my you can't play with my money. You can't play with my female or male, and you can't play with my children. It's
And let's take it a step further. Everybody no, I'm gonna say majority of people are very sensitive these days. Young people can't even take getting the
that's
ass
you know
whooping.
what I blame that
They're gonna
on.
kill.
I'm a crack a joke right quick, but it's the truth. I blame that on them participation fucking ribbons.
Yeah.
Listen, 'cause these kids don't know how to lose. These kids don't know how to fall down and try again. You understand what I'm saying? Is everything ain't fair. And I get that. It's not fair. Just like speaking on that girl that was at McDonald's that stabbed her boss.
Now who do you blame for that situation? Let's get
I
into that.
blame both of them. I blame both of them.
No, I
Let me
don't
tell
blame
you
both
why.
of them. I
And
don't
let me
blame
tell you
Go
why.
ahead.
Yes, I do. Because as a grown ass woman, first of all, the height of your fucking life is being a manager at fucking McDonald's. And don't get me wrong, I ain't knocking nobody. I get it. And if it wasn't for me marrying my wife, I probably would not have been. I would probably be the manager at McDonald's at my big ass age, having kids and trying to survive, right? Let's be clear, not shaming her on her job, but at the same time, you as a woman in that position, you should understand that you are going to be mostly dealing with children or people that's just coming to adulthood. They might not have the same work ethic as you, because bitch, you in your 40s at this point. You know how you didn't work damn near every job you could possibly work at this point. So you know how your work ethic is. You can't hold a 18-year-old to the standard of what you want them to be. Now, with that saying, instead of you being an adult about whatever, right? You bullying this girl every day just because you don't like her, just because you don't like her attitude, because you don't like her energy. That's childish. That's childish.
I
And as a
agree.
grown ass woman, if you didn't want this girl to be working there, you should have let her go or not put her on
But
the schedule with you.
what should have happened? That young lady should have went to HR. She should have
Let me tell you something.
reported
Have you ever worked for McDonald's?
when I was way younger. I did my very first job. No, my second job was
Did
when I
they give you the information to HR?
No, but we knew
Oh,
it was
okay.
a manager over a manager. We knew it was already
Okay.
standing over the manager.
So you know how people get promotions, and this is how. Let me tell you something. This is where the problem come in at, because people promote ass kissers. They promote the ones that kiss their ass, snitching, and doing all the brown nosing,
Stuff
right?
that nobody want to do. Yeah, you're
Right.
right. You're
So when you hire those people to be above other people to train them, because you like, oh, I'm a promote her because she do what I tell her to, right? Instead of
right.
looking at the people
That's
with
called
the
that's called a do girl. You're
yeah,
right.
that instead of looking at the people that actually know their job and know it right, you'll rather promote the ass kisser, right? So now the ass kisser is over everybody, and guess what? The ass kisser gonna want everybody to do, kiss they ass, because that's what they had to do to get in their position. You feel me? This is why I said what I said. She was I'm pretty sure if you talk to them other coworkers, they will probably tell you that she was a bitch. She was a whole bitch. I had a McDonald's manager tell me that I need to kiss her ass in order to work there. And I was like, girl, please, would never. Would never. Not for $7.25. I'm not. Like, are you okay? Like, what are you? Just be for real. We're gonna be anything. Now, the thing is, you don't know. This is why your parents tell you to be careful about how you treat people, because you can be their 13 reason. You don't know what people go through outside of where you be around them at. You don't know if that baby was trying to work to save money to get out of a abusive household or a toxic household, and she trying to save her money, and you keep cutting her hours. You don't know if that child was working there to help her mama pay bills, or her mama was sick, or something was going on. You don't know, but you find it funny to make her upset by keep cutting her hours. You was her 13 reason. I blame her. I blame the child, because at the end of the day, baby, it's nothing ever in this world worth you taking somebody's life just because of a job. There's too many out here.
Sadly, that's what ended up happening, and I can agree with that part. But again, nobody has the right to take somebody's life, regardless of what you feel and what you think. Nobody on this face earth has the right to do that. But somehow, some way, people think they can take somebody else's life into their hands, not knowing there's consequences for everything we do. Everything that we do,
Yeah,
there's
what you
consequences.
reap is what you sow. So I'm not telling people to walk around on eggshells all their life, but if it's just like a female that like to sleep with everybody boyfriend, I hope you know how to fight, because eventually one of these females is gonna put their hands on you.
For
So
sure.
that's just like a female that's dating drug dealers. I hope you know what come with that, right?
Because he may give you
So
all this money, but you're gonna get your ass whooped a couple times, and you gonna take a
he
couple of
gonna
rounds.
go to jail. He gonna have crackheads giving him head. He gonna have all of this weird shit going on. So with that being said, if you doing the thing that can get you the consequence, hey man, you might need to be prepared for that. She wasn't prepared for that. She wasn't prepared for that baby to come up there and do that.
For sure. She probably wasn't thinking that was gonna even happen to her. I'm sure.
She probably spent
But
her
you know,
whole
but
life
you know what they say.
bullying folks,
God
her whole
gives you
damn life.
warning. God gives you warning before destruction.
And that baby made a video. She said, this gotta stop. Before she went in there, she said, this gotta stop. And that girl did it to her again. You let her come to work and then send her home early for no explanation. And it's always her. You're not sending nobody else home early. It's always her.
Well, somebody should have spoke up too, but that's another thing. We don't even speak up for one another. We don't even, we
No,
don't
and I
speak up.
just made a video on TikTok about that. That shit disgusts me. How people can watch somebody in distress and instead of helping, they pull out their phone. That is the most disgusting thing I ever seen in my life.
That's just like when these kids be fighting at school. Why are you that's supposed to be your friend. Allegedly, that's supposed to be your friend, but you rather pull out your phone and watch your friend, whatever the case may be, rather than stop it or something. I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
So I literally I thought it was the millennial the generation after millennials that was doing that shit. But then at this job I had, I realized it was us too, and which was so embarrassing. I had worked at this place where we used to do donation blood, and um, they set up the apheresis machine in the wall. They plugged it in, and it caught fire. Now the whole plug on fire, the wall kind of catching on fire. Everybody pulled out their phone, and I'm thinking to myself, so y'all will record yourself dying? That's crazy. So I went over there and unplugged it with my foot, and I just turned around and looked at all of them and said, y'all all are stupid. Like, because you are literally finna watch this school burn down just for a like and share. That's crazy to me.
You know, it's crazy. It's funny that you say that because I was DJing somewhere once. I was DJing at this. Actually, I was DJing at this. This. I'm not gonna say. I'm not. I'm not gonna. How can I put this? I was DJing somewhere, and sure enough, somebody pulled out a gun, and everybody pulling out their phone. Like you gonna pull out your phone? Somebody got a somebody pulled out a gun. You about to just that you gonna record? So you get
because they feel it.
Where does that make sense at in any world? And then you recording it, knowing the police is gonna get that footage, and now you're gonna be you accept. Now I don't care how you put it, you are an accessory to a crime that's being committed.
Now see, when we were growing up, let's say we know we did some dumbass shit when we was growing up. We know we did, but we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have the internet. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but at the same time, you gonna record you doing dumb stuff, like.
And what people don't realize when you put out these phones and you're recording, you are an accessory to whatever's going on. When the police get that footage from your page, you are an access. You are a part of that case, whether you want to or not. They got the footage from you.
Yeah,
you were dumb enough to record it.
Yeah, people are stupid, and you just here's the thing.
People don't think.
This separate when we get back on topic though, this whole situation with this political party that's in now that's trying to force the Constitution was built on separation of God and state. You are now forcing schools to force kids to be Christian. Even federal buildings, federal jobs, you can now basically force another person into a religion if they work for you. How crazy is that?
Like I say, I believe what my grandmother used to say, probably what your grandmother used to say. We are truly living in our last days.
Mm-hmm.
I used to tell people, I thought my grandma was crazy. Like, yeah, you live your life. Now you want to say the world gonna end because you don't live your life. No, it's real. We are actually living in those type of days.
Well, I got a question. What is your plan?
What you mean?
What's your plan? If it all go to shit, are you preparing for anything, or you just living life?
You saying if God was to come back,
let's say I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about right now. Are you planning anything? Are you keeping yourself together? Like, for instance, for me, I'll give you an example. For me, I have MREs. I have a go bag. All my kids have go bags. It got a filter straw. It got clothes. It got MREs in it. It got
oh, you mean like that? No, I'm not prepared. So you've been in the military. You kind of got the cheat code of if something go down. Okay, let me go into that mode.
And we making a garden in the yard. We got the like these electrical generators, like these solar power generators.
That's what I need to invest in. That's what I need to invest in.
So that's what I'm asking you. Are you preparing for anything?
No.
You need to.
No, I'm not.
You need to.
Because I believe we are headed into this. I will say this, and scary as it is, I'm gonna put the truth out there. It ain't no lie. I believe the world need to move over to solar power on your roofs to power your house because they keep saying the grid is very weak. They keep talking about this grid. I believe we should have transferred it to these solar powers years ago.
But that's the thing. See, I own my house, so
do I.
They get them people knocking all the damn time about the solar power shit. And if you really listen to them, they be fucking over folks. So they telling you Oh, you don't need a light bill no more. Your light bill gonna be cheaper, but you
Yep,
still
I
need
saw
to keep
that.
your
I
light
saw that on
company.
Facebook.
You still need to keep your light company. And it's like, but I thought this was supposed to solar power my house. So clearly,
What? Oh, wait, say that again. So you mean you got to keep your energy company that you with?
yes,
But
yes,
how is it power in your house then?
exactly. So that's why a lot of the companies are getting sued. The solar power companies, they in the lawsuit right now. So yeah, it's always a way to get down on
So
somebody.
these solar powers are not even real. They just own your house for nothing.
They real, but they don't last like they supposed to. So for instance, he was explaining to me like the electrical bill will power the box that goes to the solar panels.
Right.
And it's powering it the whole time. So once the lights go out, then that's when that generator will kick on. But it only have a certain amount of time or battery before it dies out, and the sun needs to the sun was supposed to rejuvenate it, right? But it's not. Your electricity is. So you're pretty much powering that solar panel until the lights go out.
That's
Which
crazy.
is
I'm glad I didn't
awesome.
invest in solar power then. I'm glad I didn't invest in that.
Yeah, they keep trying to get them at my house, and I'm like, no, I'm good. Y'all can keep that
Now I
because
did buy a solar panel charge off TikTok recently because I mean that's one thing I do have. The where it go down, I can charge my phone. Via sun.
yeah, like the solar power boxes that we have. Yes, we have to charge them by electricity right now because we have it.
Right when it's
But
fully
they have
charged, you don't have to no more because then
right. It hold that battery for months, without using it. Like once it's 100%,
what I am
it's
gonna do when income tax time come around, I am gonna buy me one of those powerhouse generators that go in your house that can power your ice box and whatever
yeah,
else for
the
like
ones
two or
we
three
have.
days.
The one we have a big one and we have a small one, and it comes with solar panel
I know
things.
they're
So
expensive, but I'm gonna get one.
yeah, I think ones we got, I think was like $600.
Yeah, you got the kind that you can plug up in your house and you can. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I know the one you talking about.
But yeah, you need to start preparing because just in case.
And I believe something is gonna go down. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I believe something is on the horizon. I just don't know what.
Well, if you've heard about Project 2025, you need to read about Project Esther.
Now put me in on that. What's that?
Project Esther is the Project 2025 was the prelude, right? Esther is the plan. So Esther, I haven't read all of it either, but some of the things in Esther is pretty much bringing us back into 1800s, damn near. You understand what I'm saying? So,
Because of this president that we currently have who
mhm,
wants to make America great again.
so you might want to look that up and read
Now,
upon
now,
that.
now, now, this is alleged. This is hypothetically. This is all alleged.
All
I'm
allegedly,
I'm
allegedly.
hearing now. I have heard that he may not even make his whole term. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
That's the point. Here's the thing: JD Vance could not win against Kamala by himself. It was never to get Trump in office for real. Trump took it because as long as he's in office, they can't
He
arrest
lied.
him. He
He lied.
they can't arrest him for the 34 counts as long as he's president, right? He's not immune, but they will not arrest him until he serves his term. Now, with that being said, Trump's not trying to go to jail. He owe all these people money. He got a lot of stuff going on. He went, they pretty much probably told him like, run for president again. Once you in, you can stay in until you pass away. And you ain't gotta worry about it. JD Vance gonna pull in. JD Vance is the one that's trying to bring women into the handmaid cell. You understand? Mm-mm. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I really feel like now this is my opinion, and I know it's a little bit off topic. I feel like Michelle Obama should have ran. Should have ran.
She didn't want her husband to run. She was mad that he ran. So when they got their babies and him out that house, Michelle said, hell no, we'll never come back. Why? Because you know the hell that woman went through while they was in office.
A
They
lot.
talked about that woman from the top of her head to the soles of her feet. They claimed that woman was a
And
man,
she should
that
have
her
used that
kids
same
been
energy
drugged.
and flip that energy around.
Listen, them if they white people saying racism doesn't exist anymore, but Obama literally had to take his inauguration behind a bulletproof glass. So if that was just his inauguration, imagine the 8 years, the hell they went through in that White House. Michelle wasn't doing it. She wasn't finna put her family through that again. Not at all. Not at all. And I don't blame her.
But look what we got in the White House now.
Yeah, that's because of racism and bigotry and fucking patriarchism.
And them
Like,
same people hate what they voted for that man. Them same very people now look at them.
I'm not even tripping on the white folks. I'm not even tripping on the white folks. We knew what white people was gonna do. We knew exactly what they was gonna do. That's not a surprise to me. What is a surprise to me is how many women, how many men, black men, chose not to vote for her because she was a woman. You sold everybody up shit creek because she was a woman. Claiming that, you know how many black men I talk to that said a woman can't run the country, but we been running y'all homes for centuries and y'all ain't had no beef. But all of a sudden, because you got an answer to one, it's a problem. That's crazy work. Then you answer to your mama. Mm. But that patriarchy shit, they got y'all so gassed up because the white man step on y'all neck, y'all step on ours. You understand what I'm saying? They got them so gassed up to the point to where they cut off their nose to spite their face. You just took all your daughters, your sisters, your mothers, all their rights away from them because you couldn't allow a woman to tell you what to do. This woman has so many plans for the black community, and just because she is a woman, and that's the rumor that Trump spread it around, she ain't black. Listen, she is Jamaican and Indian. I get it, but as long as her skin, she can pass the paper bag test. She black, bro. Let's be clear. Any immigrant that come over here with our skin tone, they treat them like us. It don't matter what their language is. It don't matter if they look like us. They get treated like us. This woman been in HBCUs. Man, the black is the black. She blacker than most of the men that was saying the shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say Miss
So
Crockett. I'm gonna say that woman that's in the Senate, Miss Crockett. I think she should run for president because she don't like none of that stuff that's going on.
yeah, she should. I think her and Kamala should have ran together.
That's what I said. And she probably would have won. She probably would have won.
I think they should have ran together. But at the same time, you know what really lost this race though? They
Eli,
wanted
you
them.
forget
No,
Eli
no.
about it. Eli
Not
stole
we
millions
right.
and billions.
We know they cheated on there, but the fact that they looked up over 1 million people in 1 million black people in Georgia did not vote. And he won Georgia by 600,000. 1 million black folks did not vote that normally vote.
That hurt us.
That hurt us. And that's just in Georgia. Can you imagine the other states? You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. We can't
We the
just put
first
the
one to
blame
say,
on everybody else.
keep it real. We the first one to say our vote don't count. Yes, it do.
Yes, the
Yes,
fuck you
it
do.
do. But as a black slave
But
mind,
you know, I'm gonna
our
tell you
vote don't
something.
count.
But I will tell you something too. They prey on us with that because they know that we don't know the laws and the regulations when it comes surrounding voting. Right? They gerrymander us. They put us in locations where it's hard
A lot of
for us
people are
to
felons. You got a lot of people that's felons that know they don't know when they get
that
out. You
right.
can't vote.
So as long as your felony is not active, you can vote. You're not on probation or parole, you can vote. But black folks don't know that. Black folks don't know that it's illegal for your job to tell you you cannot go vote, that you can't take off and go vote. It is
And
illegal.
a lot of people don't know either. After 5 years, you can get your gun rights. You can get your gun back in your. I've talked to a police officer recently. I asked him and said, "Is that really true?" He said, "Yes. You can have a gun in your house, even if you are a felon. You after 5 years, as long as you get in no trouble, you can get your gun back into your house." A
But
lot of
that's what
people
I'm
don't know
saying.
that.
Black folks don't know the rules. They don't know the laws. They don't know. It was so many black folks that say, I ain't vote because my job wouldn't let me leave. That is illegal. They cannot do that. It's illegal for them to tell you that you got to use your voter registration card and your ID. It's either one or the other. Like you can use your ID and still vote. If they can pull it up that you have a voter registration code. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of things that stop black folks from voting. One, because they were being ignorant. And also the other one is they was probably held at work. They was probably told they couldn't go. You know what I'm saying? They kept switching the days, trying to make it look. It was crazy. It was insane.
It was.
It was absolutely insane. So this midterm election, I think I'm going to save up to rent out a bus and go around and pick up voters and make sure I can take like elderly voters.
Have this next election. We have to change the next election. We have to, because this current administration is burning it down.
Hmm. From the inside out. And if we want any chance,
And they know it.
if we want any chance of staying in the United States and being safe, we have to do what we need to do to get.
Even in November, we got to get 3 seats. Even in this November coming up, we got to get them 3 seats.
Yep. We got to do everything in our power to flip the House and the Senate. Because if we don't, we are screwed.
The good thing about the people in the White House tired of Trump too, so that's a good thing too. So just maybe we'll get at least 1 or 2 of them seats because they tired of Trump. A lot of the people in the White House are very tired of Trump.
Yeah, it's just it's getting out of hand. But he ain't gonna be around too much longer. But then we're gonna have to deal with JD. So
I'd rather deal with JD than deal with who we dealing with now, because man, that man is burning it down. I mean, people on housing can only be on that. Like he's just taking away everything.
now let's be clear. I'm liberal, right? But I'm not a far leftist. So I understand that because I need our black people to understand the handout should not be forever. Granted, we're not the majority that's on it. White folks are. Majority the ones that's on housing and food stamps. I know this. But I am also in agreement of you only get a certain amount of time on that shit, bro. Because if I don't give you the certain amount of time,
3 years to get on your feet.
I would do the max of 5, right? Because of the economy. The max of 5, bro, in 5 years, if you ain't saved up enough money to put down on a payment on a house and find a job and find a car, that's on you. You did that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So a max of 5 years on housing and food stamps, you should be up. You should be up.
Well, what get me is let's keep it real. If we gonna go there, we got to keep it real. You got a lot of these young folks know they can get pregnant and get housing because you pregnant. You 18, you can get WIC, you can get housing, you can
That's
get
what
housing.
I say. Like we gotta make it understand that that's not how that works.
It's like they incentivize you to get pregnant. You know, at 16, 17, they giving you like, go on and get pregnant. We got a house for you. We got food stamps for you.
It don't even be just that. It be the parents. Like for instance, I had my first child at 15. My mama wasn't
But you
married.
didn't do it for that reason, though. I'm pretty sure you
No,
didn't.
it was just an accident.
I'm gonna get out my
But
mama
look,
house. I'm
the
gonna get
thing
pregnant.
is, right. The thing is though, being that it was a mistake, I was skipping school, doing some weird shit, end up getting pregnant, right? Cool. Bam, got it. Hear the story every day. I'm not the first and I won't be the last, right? Okay, cool. I'm thinking my mom finna lose her shit. No, she was cool. She ran right to the food stamp office, put me on food stamps immediately. She was okay with it. She was actually excited about it. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling you. It don't be these young ass kids. It be them parents that allow them kids to do whatever the fuck they want to do because they know they're going to go out there and fuck up and get pregnant. And now I got another dependent that I can carry for 18 years.
Some of that, yeah. Some of that do go on the parents, but yeah, that's true. That's true. We're gonna keep it all the way real. Keep it all the way real. And you know what? Listen, another thing. And somebody gonna get mad at me for saying this. I understand it, but if statistics show, and I looked it up, it is 65% of white folks that's getting more pregnant younger than black people getting pregnant. Black young
That's
girls.
what they mean. Let me tell you something. People want to make it
Statistics
seem like
show. You can Google this.
Yeah, people want to make it seem like black folks. Well, let me put it like this: people want to make it seem like men was the only reason that our rights was taken away. They don't give a damn about black and brown people getting rid of their babies and having abortions. They don't care. They wanted them white women out of the job placement. They wanted them white women back in the house barefoot and pregnant. They ain't give a damn about us. If honestly, they wanted us to stay working. You understand what I'm saying?
Hello.
But they couldn't come out and say, "Oh, we just want white women to stop having abortions," because white women would have been like, "Wait a minute, what the hell?" You know what I'm saying? They couldn't say that. So now I got to use Christ. I got to use God. It's against God to have abortions. It's against that. I got to get everybody else behind me. But the whole time, when they was pushing through reversing Roe v. Wade, everybody was talking about Christian this, Christian that. It's against the God's will and all of this and that and the third. But as soon as they passed the overturn, you know what white men start saying? Aha, we won again. Your body, my choice. It was never about the baby. It was always about, well, it was never about Christianity. It was always about them having their kids. Because they're going this instinct. They're going extinct. Like they're literally no longer the majority. This is why they're adding other races to their race list. Did you know that uh, uh, Iranians and Pakistanians are considered white in America?
I didn't know that. That's new.
So that's what I'm telling you. They're adding other races to make their majority look bigger, but they're not actually the majority anymore. Now, Trump
Because
has
that's
now.
what they get the money. You know what? You know why you not lying, because that's the ones they get the money at the bank. To open up them stores and they
Exactly.
whenever
Exactly.
we try to apply for stuff like that, they tell us, "Oh, you need this, you need this, you need this, you need that." They
You
give us
need
every why we
another
can't get it.
another documentary to watch is uh um 13th Amendment. It's on Netflix. That's gonna
Okay.
tell you what you just talked about right there. Now, with that being said, now Trump, see, here's the thing. I'm not too mad at what Trump doing. Let me tell you why. The reason why I'm not too mad is because he dismantling this shit. While they thinking he helping them, he is fucking it up. You just released the MLK files that prove the government had this man killed, pretty much,
To
right?
take the heat off him from them Epstein files.
But listen, look what you did for black folks. You let us know that Malcolm MLK was trying to get us $10 billion a year. Oh, we finna ride on that. You understand what I'm saying? We finna go ahead and finish what he started. You feel me? You open
True.
the door for that.
Yeah, he did
Two,
open up. He did open up the
two,
floodgate.
right. Two, you turned around and this, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something that proved that most African Americans are Cherokee Indians. Oh, you finna come off of that too. Then you give them other Native Americans land, we need ours too. You understand what I'm saying? He keep doing stuff that's unveiling things. But he thinking he hurting us when all actuality, you getting rid of DEI, affirmative action. That was white women in the workforce for real. Don't get me wrong, 30,000 or more black women did lose their positions in these jobs. But black women are the most educated in the country. They can go to another job. Hell, they can make their own jobs. You feel me? So, with that being said, he can keep doing what he doing because he ain't doing nothing but fucking over white folks, and they don't even see it.
And it's a lot more white folks on food flag than black folks.
Yeah, he fucking over white folks. Don't see he done took y'all housing, y'all food stamps, and mind you, this man on TikTok was saying that he was getting $4,500 worth of food stamps a month, and they cut him down to $350, and he had 5 kids. Cousin, you remember I have 4, and I ain't never get over $1,000 a month. How you getting so much with 5 kids? You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, you hurting your own people, bro. You done took their food stamps, their housing. They finna be homeless. So low key, he ain't hurting us. He hurting them.
See, one thing about it, we know how to survive. That's the thing about it. We
That
know how to
part.
survive.
That part. When Hurricane Harvey happened out here,
Hello, we know how to stretch food stamps. We know how
hey,
to stretch
when
that shit.
Hurricane Harvey happened out here, them white folks was taking their own selves out. I
Because
was
they don't
like,
know how to
"Bro,
survive
what?"
like we do.
So with that being said, let them do what they do. But watch my shoes. I'ma just sit back and wait. We all just gotta sit back and wait for that moment. Because it's coming. It's coming. So, but yeah, that's all. I'm about to get ready to lay down.
Let me ask you before you go. Do you believe that there's gonna be a race war?
Mm-mm. Let
Me
me tell
neither.
you,
Too many people, too many white folks that's for us than against us.
it's not even just that. It ain't like it was back in the day. Back in the day when they wanted us to be separate from them, that's what we did, and we went into towns and
And they
thrived.
didn't like it. We had our
They,
own bank,
they
our
didn't
own
like
stock.
it.
They didn't
Yeah,
like
they
that
didn't
shit
like
at
it.
all.
And they came and destroyed our shit. And we had
Burn
nothing.
it
It
down.
was against the law for us to even fight them back. You understand what I'm saying? So we didn't have the laws that we have today, right? And even
That's
if he
crazy that they want us to separate. They don't want us. They don't really want us to separate because God knows, as smart as we are, the lawyers,
right,
the doctors, man, we could
here's the
live on
thing.
our own. It wouldn't be nothing.
And they know that. And here's the thing. Um, with that being said, even if he was to take away all our rights to say, if he was to go back and say, we can't look at a white person, we can't be in white spaces, we can't do that, we can't do these YNs today ain't finna be playing with you. They is not finna be playing with you, my
Young
boy.
niggas got switches on 9 millimeter. They not playing.
Right, like they is not playing with you, my boy. Now, mind you, I need white folks to understand we ain't never been vengeful people. We are God fearing people. We ain't never been vengeful people. We just want y'all to leave us the fuck alone. That's it. But if you keep pushing, campaigning for this ass whooping, your ass gonna get elected. Okay? So it's
But
like,
brother, we don't want to separate. We season our food. Them white folks take us away, and they don't get the cooking that we cook. The white folks gonna go crazy.
I honestly feel like at this point, segregation was the worst thing we ever did. I mean, not segregation, integration. Integration was the worst thing that we ever did. We should have still stayed separate. The worst thing we ever did.
If they
And a
give
lot
us
of
that
people,
money, if John Trump said today tomorrow, I tell you niggas what, I give you your fucking money, but you got to get the hell. Okay, give us all our money, no problem, baby.
do
We
you
have no
know?
problem.
Do you know that Libya was started by free slaves, right?
Correct.
Okay. When Libya first started, they told us, okay, everybody, Libya was like, come on, everybody need to come on. When black folks got to the boat, the government stopped them from leaving. They don't want us, they say they want us to leave. They do not want us to go nowhere. Because if that was the case, you would have allowed us to get on that boat and go about our business. They
That's what
need
I'm
us,
saying.
they need us for our innovation. They need us for our
Who you
our
thinking been ahead of stuff that we got? Black
right.
folks.
Now here's the thing. Did you hear that leak audio of Mitch McConnell and another guy? I can't remember who it was. They started the alligator Alcatraz or whatever.
No, I heard about that.
You don't know about alligator Alcatraz? That little
I know a
island,
little bit about a little bit, but not enough to say I can know anything about it.
that little island off of Florida coast. It's an island over there. They been built a prison and they housing all the immigrants, right? Now, over this call, Mitch McConnell was talking to this man about bringing back slavery. But the man he was talking to was like, slavery, black folks ain't gonna do that. He was like, no, we ain't talking about black folks. We talking about poor white folks. They took all the Hispanics out of the field and they took the white folks food stamps and housing. You finna be poor and homeless. You gonna take any job, and guess what job you gonna take in them fields? You understand? You are the lowest educated demographic.
Oh no,
You
they don't have to even do that. Now I hate to say it, but
listen.
the
I'm
prison
telling you,
system, the prison
no,
system.
no. The prison system was built for us, and this what black folks got to know. When Hispanics were saying, "Oh, they coming for y'all next, baby," they always been on our necks. They've been changing laws around Texas that most people don't know. It's illegal for you to get a paper tag now. You have to have a metal tag for your temporary license plate. You can no longer have a paper one.
Correct.
It is illegal for you to let balloons go deliberately in the air. You cannot release helium balloons in the air deliberately. And what do black folks do when people die? Release balloons. You understand? And what do
That's a dumbass law right there.
it's exactly it's on purpose. It's on purpose because they know you gonna do it. You can get up into a class C felony for doing it. So here's my thing. They want black folks. It's other little laws that they change too that black folks do the most. They're gonna change laws to get you locked up. Once they got you, the 13th Amendment, that's why we was never really freed. Once you get arrested, you are now a slave of the state. So that's the way they're trying to get us is by locking us up for frivolous shit. So in these next 4 years, stay your ass out of jail. I don't give a damn what you got to do. Stay out of jail because that's what they're trying to do. As far as the Hispanics, oh, we going to lock them up just because we know they're illegal immigrants. That's why he took the birthright citizenship. You understand what I'm saying? He know he's not going to be able to gather all black folks. All black folks ain't doing criminal shit.
Correct.
But them white folks, they getting food stamps, housing. I done took both. They finna be desperate. Guess where they gonna work? Them fields.
Because one thing they know about us, we know how to make something out of nothing. Look, I mean, how? Look at the stuff we eat now.
They know damn well. They know damn well black folks ain't going. They know damn well black folks ain't going back in them fields. Who else they gonna get to do it? The Mexicans were already doing it, but they had to get paid. But if I tell these white folks, oh, you get to keep your house and, you know, we'll give you this car for groceries if you work these fields, they gonna do it.
For a little or nothing.
And that's how they screwing themselves and they don't even see the bigger picture. You are the bait, bitch. These billionaires don't give a fuck about you, poor motherfuckers. You are the bait.
Like
right.
That's another thing. Trump he lied to us when his election talking we was gonna get another $1,200 stimulus check. We ain't never got another stimulus check.
Trump didn't want to give us the first one, and it was actually supposed to be more. He didn't want to give us
on a Doge check. We ain't never seen that Doge check we supposed to get.
Baby, that Doge check ain't.
No, we're supposed to get $3,000 Doge check. We ain't never seen that.
These motherfuckers voted for tax on tips. No tax on tips. That's why most of these motherfuckers voted for him. No tax on overtime. Okay. You know you only save $7.07 a day. You sold your sisters, your mothers, your daughters up Schitt's Creek for $7.07 a goddamn day. Hello? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't look at the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? And if you think women are just going to sit here and you're trying to take contraceptives away so women can't even stop from getting pregnant. All you doing is making women not even want to have sex with men no more. That's it. That's all you do.
Yeah, you kind of messing that up too. Because I've seen some bad. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I've seen a sexy stud. She could have got it. I ain't gonna lie. She was thicker than a sticker.
I'm gonna need you to quit being a weirdo. You can't be trying to turn studs out now.
She a woman at the end of the day.
Hey, that don't mean that. But hey, man, I'm telling you. But I gotta go because I gotta get up in the morning to do my workout.
I watched that you're talking about. I appreciate you coming up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna research some of the stuff you're talking about. I'm gonna research some of the stuff. We got to do this again. We'll definitely do this again. I'll just text you when I'm gonna do it again.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure. I appreciate you coming up.
All right. Have a good night.
You too, fam. Love you.
Love you too.
As y'all seen tonight, I appreciate you guys coming to hang out tonight. We talked about a slew of things tonight, a bunch of things tonight. Whether you think they're relevant, whether you think they're real, whether you think it's not. You can leave your feelings in the comment. You can leave what you feel in the comments, and I will read your comment. No doubt about it. I have 215 subscribers. I'm needing more, so make sure you like, share, subscribe. That order. Like, share, subscribe. It's not hard. It's free. And if you're really feeling kind of freaky, if you're really feeling what happened on the channel tonight, go on and hit that Cash App right there. We do take donations, and our proceeds goes to this channel to get this channel better, bigger, and better. And we're only going to grow. We are only going to grow. So again, the people that are supposed to come tonight, they did not show up, but that is okay because eventually I'm going to get a panel of people on a regular basis, and I'm going to speak it into existence. I'm going to have a panel of women and men on this podcast that's going to talk about everything we talked about tonight, because I want to hear your political views, your views, and what you think. Now, it's been requested. It's been requested that I have a father-daughter podcast, and I'm gonna work on that. I got to get a topic for me and my daughter to have come on my podcast, and we'll get that. I'll work that into this. But with that being said, you guys have a blessed day. Keep your family safe, and talk to your kids about their state of mind, how they're feeling, and what they're going through. Get in touch with your children's feelings. So yeah, I love you. I'm out.